Thanks for giving me the opportunity to introduce the shipbuilding industry to the coming generation especially. So, taking this opportunity as the shipbuilding man working for more than 30 years for the company Hyundai, do hope that you can have the better understanding of the shipbuilding industry this time. Today's presentation will touch the worldwide shipbuilding industry, and then thereafter the Korean shipbuilding industry, and thereafter what is the characteristic of the shipbuilding industry, and then finally the key factor for the success of the shipbuilding industry in Korea. This slide showed that the change of the helm in the shipbuilding area and the current status of the national and the shipyard market share in terms of the order book. In the mid-50s, the European country dominated the shipbuilding industry. For example, the UK and the Germany and the Netherlands and the Italy and even the Sweden are the major shipbuilding country in the world. But thereafter, since 1966, Japan took over the leading position in the world by adopting the welding method. Previously, all the steel plate can be joined with the rivet, but by the development of the welding scheme, Japan dominate the worldwide shipbuilding industry since 1996. And thereafter, the Korea, the Hyundai heavy industry inaugurate the company 1972. And thereafter, first vessel was delivered 1974. Then gradually Korean shipbuilding industry increased their market share, and then they took the position. And the year 2009, China has more the share to Japan, but the year 1999, in terms of the new order, Korea become the #1 in the world. Also, the order book year 1998 become the #1 in the world. As you can see, West Europe in the 50s, they are dominating the market, and thereafter Japan dominated the market, and thereafter the Korea started the new shipbuilding industry here, and then year 2000 and 2009, they become the #1 in the world. And also the China quite recently catch up the #1 position. They try to become the #1 in the world. And due to the financial crisis, year 2008, Korean shipbuilding industry virtually stopped conducting marketing activity for many reasons. So China became the #1 in terms of the new order. And then Japan, Korea become the #2 in terms of new order. And then Japan kept the #3 position. Then this year, year 2010, again the Korean shipbuilding industry took the position of the #1 again. Then this one is the overview of the worldwide shipbuilding industry. In terms of the overview, as of the end of the year 2009, Korea, the market share is the 37% of the worldwide market. And the next one is the China, 36.2, and thereafter Japan. And then the other one is the Europe, and the others means that the Brazil or the India or the small country. But there are some major 10 shipyard order in the world as of the end of the year 2009. Even 2009, as I told you before, the Korean shipbuilders could not secure any single order due to the financial crunch. Because the Korean shipbuilder, they secured a lot of new building order, and then suddenly due to the financial crisis in United States, the market become collapsed suddenly. Then the new buyer, they are asking the very cheap price. Then if the shipyard sell the new project at a very cheap price, then it will jeopardize it will make some problem to the existing owner who placed a new building at a very high price. So that's why as the builder, we have no other choice to sell the new order. We can sell, but it may have the adverse effect to the existing owner. It means that the extreme case, almost all the vessels could not be delivered. It means that it will become the big burden to the shipyard. So that's why even we could not secure any single order. We have to wait more than 1.5 years. Then this year we resumed our marketing activity. So I think that we can have the more bigger market share this year. And then as of the last year end, the Hyundai Heavy, in terms of the new order, the own order, Hyundai Heavy is number 1. Number 2 is Samsung. Number 3 is Daewoo. Number 4 is STX. And then number 5 is Hyundai Mipo, Hyundai Samo. And the 6 out of the 10 worldwide largest shipbuilder who secured the own order is the Korean shipbuilder. And the 2 other one is the Japanese shipbuilding group. And the other one is the Chinese shipbuilding group. So Dalian and Changxing is a very nice shipyard in China. But 6 out of the 10, the worldwide largest shipbuilder is the Korean shipbuilder. This graph shows the development of the worldwide shipbuilding industry. That is the data from the 1990 to the year 2009. Normally, this graph is the freight index, the US dollar per day. It means that the earning for the ship by operating. So it means that the Clarkson, one of the largest shipbuilding broker firm in the world, they made their own index to averaging the freight rate. There are many different types of the ship, and they have the different type of the earning. So it is average. They made the index. In general, this one shows the freight rate development. So until the year 2000, normally it's a small cycle here. And also the new building is the order-made industry. So the demand comes from the shipping market. Shipping market is a shipping trading. So if there's a huge demand is increased in the shipping market, of course they need more fleet, more vessel. So that is the directly linked to the new building order. So normally the number of or the quantity of the new building order follow the trend of the freight rate in the market, shipping market. Then they have the very small cycle here. But from the year 2003, there's a big jump in the freight rate, also the new building order. Traditionally, around 20 million gross ton. The gross ton means that there's a somewhat unit for the quantity of the tonnage. Normally, between 20 to the 40, the gross ton, 20 to 40 million gross ton new building order was made during the last 2 decades. But since year 2003, there's a big jump, mainly due to the United States and China. China, they import a lot of ore or the coal from the Brazil or the Australia. Also the United States, their consumption is very high. So that's why the trading volume becoming increasing very high. And then the year 2001, there's a big, the year 2001, there's a 9/11. And also the IT bubble.com collapsed there. So that's why this one is there is a somewhat big depression in the new building market. And then the worldwide the economic situation is gradually increased like that. If such kind of situation is not there, then maybe the new building volume become increased like this way. But suddenly this one is a decrease due to the economic collapse, due to the 9/11 and the bubble.com collapse. Then thereafter, on top of the increase of the demand from China and the United States, then on top of that, this other delayed of the new building order add up this one and then jumped like this way. So normally between the 20 to 40 million gross ton new building order was made during the last 2 decades. But from the year 2003, there is 100 million. Even year 2007, more than 160 million. Huge, the jump. So we call it this kind of phenomena is the super cycle. Then as you know very well, year 2008, October, there is some financial crunch in the United States. Suddenly, demand shrink quite quickly. So new building order year 2009 is again coming back to the normal level. So there is a current situation now. So during the year 2003 to the year 2008, shipbuilding and the shipping, if you look at the stock market, there the stock price is mostly very high. Then they enjoy the very exciting the super cycle. The effect they enjoyed very much. They earn a lot of money, frankly speaking. But here, due to the financial crunch, year 2009, most probably there will be the restructuring is required because there are huge demand. There's the demand is shrink, but still the supply side, there are many shipyards in the world because everybody is, shipping and the shipbuilding is a very exciting business. Everybody jump rush into the new business. Then now the demand side shrink so much, so they will suffer definitely. So even in Korea, during that period, we call it the greenfield shipyard. More than 40 greenfield shipyard was inaugurated. So they are suffering very much this time, financially, especially financially. It's a big problem. Or even in China also they have some similar problem. Then the next one is the Korean. I would like to introduce the history of the Korean shipbuilding industry. Virtually in the 1950s and the 60s, we have some small shipyard, but we cannot called such a shipyard as a somewhat modernized shipyard. But the first modernized shipyard is inaugurated in 1972. The Hyundai Heavy Industry, they inaugurated in 1972. We call the Hyundai Heavy Industry is virtually modernized shipyard in Korea. First one. And the first vessel delivered year 1974. We delivered the first VLCC. VLCC means the very large crude oil carrier. Normally the breadth is 60 meter and the length is 300 meter. And the cargo cubic capacity is 300,000 ton. And then convert into the barrel, then its more is 2.2 million barrel. So that is somewhat equivalent to the 1 day's consumption in Korea. So this one is the somewhat very interesting episode in Korea. I'm working for our company Hyundai. The founder, honorary chairman, he passed away the year 2001, and he's actually he inaugurated the shipyard. He decided to have the shipyard in Korea. Then at that time he do not have any money, and also the Korean government, they do not have the money also. Then he brought the blueprint only, and the traveling all over the world to raise the financing, but nobody want to give any money. Then during the meeting with the peoples of the Bank of the Barclays in 1971, also they are not willing to give any single pound to our founder, his name is Jung Ju-young. And then suddenly he took some 500 Korean won banknote and showed that, okay, you British guys, you start to build the steel ship since 19th century. But this one is the banknote in commemoration the victory of the General Lee Sun-shin, the battle against the Japanese army, 16th century. And this turtle ship is a steel ship. And then we Korea have already the steel ship in old days, 300 before the British peoples to start the steel ship construction. Then we have our technical know-how is much far advanced than you. Then also thereafter, due to some of the political situation in Korean Peninsula, Japan opened their door to the Western country. In the meantime, Korea, they closed. They are not willing to open their door to the Western country. Thereafter, the economic situation is very much, slow. And then but we Korea has the big potential. So, and he persuaded the bankers in the Bank of the Barclays, and then he could manage to get the money, financing from them. There's a very famous story. So he raised the financing, and then at the time, he used the money for the construction of the shipyard. In the meantime, he secured the new building from the Greek buyer, Libanos. And then that is the history of our country. So 500 Korean won, I don't know, maybe $5 these days. And that is the very famous episode in Korea. And the year 1972, Korea #1 Hyundai Heavy Industry, they inaugurated first. And then the Hyundai Mipo, our subsidiary company, and the Daewoo, also Samsung, they start to construct the dry door. And then thereafter, due to the first and the second oil shock, due to the Middle East, the war, and Iran, the embargo not to export their oil, Then there's a big, huge depression at that time. But during that time, Korea completed the other, the facility. Due to such a depression, the Daewoo and the Samsung, they stopped to construct the new shipyard. And then thereafter they complete, and then they are taking off. They start to become the major player in the shipbuilding market. In the year 1990s, the market has been improved quite quickly. So the Korean shipbuilder, they enjoyed quite a lot. And everybody, they have the new facility, and they expanded a lot. And then, thanks to the huge demand, as you saw the previous screen, then the Korean shipbuilder, they become the leading shipbuilder in the world. And then the Korean shipbuilding industry is now become very important sector in Korea. The year 2009, the contribution to the GDP is about 5.5%. And then the year 2003, just before the market, the increase, it is only 2%. That is the year 2009. There is some other ranking in the export volume. Number 1 is shipbuilding. Number 2 is semiconductor. Number 3 is telecommunication equipment. Number 4 is the flat panel display. Then number 5 is motor vehicle. But from the year 2005 to 2007, number 1 was a semiconductor, and the number 2 is the motor vehicle, and the number 3 is the telecommunication equipment. The shipbuilding is number 4 at that time. But the year 2008 and 2009, shipbuilding became the number 1 in Korea for the export volume. And also the shipbuilding industry also generated a lot of the new workforce, new job in Korea. So in Korea, the direct manpower working for the shipbuilding is about 160,000 people. Also, if we include the marine equipment supplier, that is about 70. So total 230,000 people working for directly or indirectly working for the shipbuilding industry. And the other also the very important point is that the localization rate. Shipbuilding industry, we have almost everything was made by ourselves. But in case of the semiconductor, I don't know the other semiconductor company, they like it or not. But still our domestic localization portion is still about 50%. Even mobile phone, also the 50 or 60%. Motor vehicle also some the control side that we need some of the foreign technology. So it means that the shipbuilding industry is the very important industry in Korea. I will show you the statistic data. Year 2000, new order is the new order. In terms of new order, Korea kept the number 1 position from the year 2000 to the year 2009. But the year 2009, as I told you before, we Korean shipbuilders, they stopped conducting marketing activity. So new building order, China become number 1. And then Korea become number 2. And in the meantime, Japan, their market share is becoming shrink, but suddenly jump because the Korean shipbuilder, the market share becoming smaller. So suddenly, actually the volume they secure the new building is very small, but their market share is become higher. It means that the pie becomes shrink so much. Still the delivery, we keep the leading position in the world. And then the new order book, this one is directly related to the new order. So year 2009, the China took the #1 position. But this year, I think that still we are waiting for the final data. But most probably, Korean shipbuilding industry will take over the leading position again. We have the very huge dock capacity. So in Korea, 1985 total. We have the dry dock, 23 in Korea, and annually we can build the 6 VLCC, the very large crude oil carrier, 300,000 deadweight ton class. We can build the maximum 6 in Korea. The year 2009, we can build the 22. Also, China also the increasing the capacity quite quickly. But unfortunately, I have to report the data of the year 2005 and 2007 because the Chinese government, they are very slow to show their data. So that is somewhat 2 years later data. So, but anyhow, they increased the capacity quite quickly. In the meantime, the Japan become the minority in the market. So, Korean shipbuilding industry. This one is somewhat. I would like to analyze the Korean shipbuilding industry by using the SWOT analysis method. S means that the strength. W means that the weakness, and O means the opportunity, and the T means the threat. And the strength side, we have many experience, rich experience, design and the production. During the very short period of time, we accumulate a lot of technical know-how. And also we have the very large modern shipyard. So we are enjoying the economy of the scale in the modern facility. And we are very much flexible to accommodate the ship owners' various requirements. Shipbuilding industry is something different from the car manufacturing business. Yeah? Car manufacturing business, they develop the model and they produce and sell to the public. But in case of the shipbuilding, without the order from our client, we cannot build the ship. No money, because we are not the ship owner and ship owner. We are purely shipbuilder. So it is more or less like the tailor shop. If we have some of our client, each client have the different taste. So we have to meet their requirement. So this flexibility is very important to run the shipbuilding business. And also the quality of the human resources is very important. So we need some technical, the skilled draftsmen and the peoples. And also we need some logistic support is very, very important. In the meantime, our Korean shipbuilding industry is very much exposed to the export market. Once the demand from the outside is shrink, then we are suffering a lot. So unfortunately, we do not have the big domestic shipping demand. We have in case of Japan, they have the huge domestic market. So even under their situation, they are enjoying the good relationship between the shipbuilder and the ship owner. But our case is more or less rely on the export market. So that is somewhat a weak point. And also the wage for the workers is relatively high among the industry in Korea. That is also the weak point. And also sometimes the somewhat offshore related project still we need, because we do not have we do not produce any single drop of the oil in Korea. So that's why the offshore related business is not well developed. So in some cases, the so-called drillship, somewhat offshore related project, we need somewhat cooperation with some foreign company to have the technical know-how. So that is somewhat the weak point. And then because all the time there is very much influenced by the demand and the supply. Previously I told, then if the freight market is coming improve, then the new building order becoming increased. So there is somewhat the gap between the demand and the supply all the time. So even the current market situation, somewhat the shipping market is good, then everybody is willing to invest the money for the new building. But new building, it takes more than 2 years to deliver the new ship. Then we have to talk about 2 years later. But everybody is talking about current market situation. Even the bankers, if the current market is good, then they are willing to give the money, give the financing to everybody. But we have to focus on the 2 years later. So all the time there is a somewhat gap between the demand and the supply. And also currently due to the financial crunch in the world, it is very difficult to get the financing. So that is also the threat. And so there's a strong fierce competition among the shipyards. There are too many shipyards in the world. And also some developing countries like the Brazil and Russia, some other countries, especially China, they would like the ship by themselves for their own transportation. So increasing the national protection is also because we are more rely on the export market. There is also a threat factor. But opportunity is that now as I told you, the greenfield shipyard was inaugurated during that period of the super cycle. So they are suffering too much and that they are struggling now. So most probably there will be the very, the strong restructuring in Korea will be made. And also the potential phenomenon, and also new rule and the regulation means that the Gulf of Mexico, there's some of the BP oil spill there, and then the government or the local authority, they try to implement some very strict new rule. So it may generate the new demand for the new building. There is the opportunity also. And also everybody is talking about the safety. So it means that there will be some new demand from such kind of high desire for the reliability and the quality from the customer. The next one is the characteristic of the shipbuilding industry. Traditionally, shipbuilding industry is categorized as the somewhat labor intense, the ship industry. But okay, in old days that's right. But now something the different angle I would like to introduce. Nowadays, it is not only the labor but also technical intensive, the industry, I would say. And we need a huge initial capital is required. Also these three, man and technology and the capital, the combination is very much important. And everybody, as I told you, everybody is jumping into the new building industry. So that is relatively easy to enter the market, but it is really the costly, the business. So well-established company is only the company who can run the business forever. Yeah. And this one is the virtually assembly and the manufacturing business. So integration of the technology and the engineering capacity is very important. And this one is it takes quite a long time from the new order to the delivery. So there are many uncertainty. In case of a semiconductor and the car manufacturer, normally the cash return is quite quick. So but in case of the shipbuilding industry, normally it takes more than 2 years from the new building order to the ship's delivery. But some other country, it takes more than 3 or 4 years. But in our case, it takes about the 24 months from the signing contract to the delivery. And then it means that there's many fluctuate of the raw material price, especially steel plate. In the year 2003, we can buy the steel plate, the 230 ton, $230 per ton. But the year 2008, we have to buy the more than 1,000 US dollar per ton. So the raw material price fluctuates so much. So we are exposed to the very much uncertainty all the time. In case of the currency, we can have we have the currency hedging system. Okay, so we can minimize the currency, the risk. But in case of the raw material like the equipment or the steel plate, the problem for such a raw material price is that, okay, from the signing contract to the work commence means that the steel cutting start from the steel cutting to the delivery 9 months. The other 1 year is we are working for the design. So we need the steel plate at this time. So steel mill, they supply the steel to the shipyard, at this time. So when we sign the contract, we do not have any clear picture how much will be done. So we have to put some other contingency there. Otherwise, we cannot. We lost a lot of money. So that's why some uncertainty is some key factor also. As I told you, this one is the order made and customized, like the tailor shop. And also the difficulty in the hedging and the uncertainty. Currency fine, but material cost we cannot control. The other one is that we are contributing a lot to the local community because this kind of new building, the business, shipbuilding business generated a lot of the job opportunity. So in our country, especially Hyundai Heavy Industry, we have the 45,000 employees we have directly or the subcontract inside. So it means that we are contributing a lot to the local community. So we have the big responsibility to continue to secure the new building order continuously. So key factor for the success is I would like to suggest the 5 elements. The human resource is also very important. And also the other one is the entrepreneurship is also very important. To make the decision in the right time and very quickly. And also technology and the facility also important. And the combined cluster, especially in Korea, within 150 kilometers, we have all kind of the supplier there. But in case of China, most of their shipyard located in Yangtze River, and some shipyard located Hwangha River, but most of the shipyard located in Yangtze River, and their engine manufacturing shop located more than 3,000 kilometers there. Then it is really the headache for them. Even the China, they are enjoying the very low the labor cost, but in the meantime they have to pay more money for the logistics and the transportation. So human resources is very important for the success of the shipbuilding industry. Also the combined cluster. So normally the big major player still they enjoy the business very much, but the small shipyard, they have the difficulty to even raise the financing, they cannot. But the big company, they can raise the money much easy way. And the technical know-how, the development is very important. And also there somebody who make who invest the money in the right time and the right direction is very important. So in the respect, the honorary chairman who passed away year 2001 is more or less a model for the found the new business in Korea. And then this one is the past story, but now the situation is very competition between among the shipbuilding industry is very tough. So I would like to suggest the one way how to the survive in such kind of the situation. Because that isn't my suggestion, so I do not put my suggestion in the presentation in the film. So English is not my mother tongue, so please accept the poor, humble the reading. I prepared some material here. Okay. In order to survive such very tough competition in the market, there seems to be no better way than sharpening our competitiveness. We can come up with a couple of strategies to this effect. First one is we can try to differentiate ourselves from the other competitor, pursuing the different product mix or focusing on the technology and the quality-oriented marketing. Also, the new opportunity can be found on the source called blue ocean and the green ship. Now that everybody is talking about the CO2 emission and the green. So if we develop the new technology to reduce the CO2, normally CO2 is very much a critical factor for the global warming, then might be the hit product. So engineering capacity is required for the offshore, gas, and the Arctic development. Also, it will be very much crucial to meet the customer satisfaction, which is changing all the time. Demand will be growing for the efficiency and the economy to save the operation cost against the higher oil price and the emission control. So fundamental is to strengthen the resource. More investment for the R&D and the training of the human resources is very important. So marine infrastructure has to be intensified by the promoting local equipment manufacturer and the subcontractor. That is my suggestion to survive the future, the very difficult market. And I would like to illustrate one example. How we could develop the new technology. This one is normally we are building the ship normally inside the dry dock. When the market is becoming exciting, then we need more space. But in order to have the new dry dock, it will take a long time. So we cannot we cannot respond properly to the market. So that's why we developed the on-land construction method. We build a ship without the dry dock on the ground. There is some barge there and the skidding. Outside, the barge is submerged, then this vessel is launched. By adopting this kind of on-land construction, we can save the time and the money for the construction of the new dry dock. And if we have the new dry dock, once the market again collapse, then it is somewhat a big burden for us financially. So that's why this kind of on-land construction is really somewhat the typical example how to respond to the very much difficult to market. So that is for example. Anyhow, thank you very much for your patience to listening my humble presentation tonight. I do hope that you can have the better understanding of the shipbuilding industry taking this opportunity. Thank you very much.